What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot tonight. We have an awesome show. I can't believe we got this going on. We got one of my best friends, my ride or die, Kenny P, in the house. We got Malcontent, a band that I used to listen to and go to their concerts in like 2001. So Malcontent, thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. And Kenny, thank you for doing this podcast with me, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, bro.
So you guys all know each other from, so Kenny actually knows Malcontent and hung out with them like way back in the day. And I only knew them from going to concerts at the Three Oaks Community Center. So do you guys like, so you get Malcontent's coming out with a new album, coming out maybe this year? Is it maybe next year?
Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's a possibility that we might just release singles,
Okay.
or it could be EP. We don't know yet. We're still in the writing process, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But we'll definitely make sure everybody knows.
How many songs do you guys have? Like, are you working on right now?
We have four songs. Three that are basically done. They just still need some mixing and mastering. We got another one that's just about completely written.
Okay.
And we'll be recording that one here in the next 2 months. So.
Dude, I'm excited. Once I heard you guys were back together as a band again, I actually got really excited because like that Dedicated album, which Kenny P actually sent me those songs today, and I heard it, and I was like, oh yeah, man, I remember all those songs. Like I kind of forgot about those songs, you know. So
So did we.
What made you? So I know there was some like, how did the band get back together? Because you guys didn't play together for quite. I know Kenny's interested in this story also because we talked about it. What's that whole story? Like explain it to me. Like how'd you guys get back to playing as a band again?
Well, a friend of ours had gotten cancer, and I wanted to do something to try to help her pay for her whatever she needed, because I knew she was going to be going through a hard time. So I hit her up and I was like, hey, if I can do something for you to help you, would you be okay with it? I hadn't talked to any of these guys about it, except for Heath. I did talk to Heath about it. And she was like, yeah, and then she actually hit Alan, and you can tell that part.
Yeah, within, I think, a half hour of Anthony talking to her, he hits me up. She's like, so I hear Malcontent's getting back together. We put a show on for him.
That was only going to be a one-time thing.
Yeah, it was only going to be a one-time
We were going
deal.
to get together and do that concert, and it'd be it. Then we went in, we had a band meeting, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
After we did the show,
and then we were like, hey, you still want to just do this, you know?
Well, we kept getting hit up. People were like, you guys got to keep going. You can't just play it. You know, they just like,
It was mostly like, it was us, man.
well, we
Yeah.
were enjoying playing together again.
And we were in broken speakers. And I think that just ended, right?
Yeah, we disbanded that band.
After that last meeting.
After
Yeah,
that
well, I
last meeting.
mean, that band was no more, and we asked Alan, hey, we went up to meet Alan, and we were discussing, like, hey, you want to do this? And we're like, okay, why not? Let's jam.
I think Malcontent is a staple. Like, so Vacaville's changed as far as the music scene. Like, I think from like 1998 to like 2003 or 4 was like the best music was coming out of Vacaville, California. I mean, obviously Papa Roach came out. In fact, I was listening to one of your songs and it reminded me of old school Papa Roach. Like the style. But that was like the style back in the day. And Three Oaks Community Center, it just blew up, you know. And I just figured music would always be in Vacaville. And then I talked to some people and they're like, it's just not the same anymore like it used to be.
No, it's not. Three Oaks isn't around anymore, you know, and especially when, the major genre coming out is like hip-hop, pop, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
hip-hop.
Yeah.
We still got bands around here, but you really got nowhere to play except for 21 and over venues. Which kind of sucks for the kids because kids have nothing to do.
And now there's COVID. They
Three
can't.
Oaks was
Yeah.
that was the thing back in the day.
Yes.
it's something good.
I was going there, and like I think so. My senior year was 2000. You guys are a little bit older than I am. So my senior year was 2001, and I went to every single Malcontent concert, every EMB concert, every Papa Roach concert, which you guys all played together typically. So,
Execution style concert.
Execution style.
execution style, yeah.
Monster Squad.
Monster
Oh,
Squad.
Monster Squad.
It was a great scene.
Yeah, back
Wow, that used to have the greatest scene.
Big up to our
Ever.
squad for sure.
Oh yeah.
Our first show ever, 23 years ago, last Saturday. Oh no, our second show ever, excuse me. Was a week later, was our second show ever was with Monster Squad at the Live Music Center in Baggville.
Yeah, that was a cool
big old teddy bear part, and there was beams, styrofoam beams all over this parking lot. Everywhere. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. It was great.
I know I'm excited. I know Kenny P is excited for the new album. I saw that little teaser release you guys put on Facebook. One of you guys put it on there. I think it's Anthony that's really funny on Facebook, man. He has some pretty funny posts.
Yeah.
It can be corny too.
Yeah.
It makes me chuckle, so.
I dig your sense of humor. So, your last album you came out with was in 2003, right? That was The New.
Yeah.
And that's where I got Maddie on the drums saying The New and pointing the drumsticks.
Wow, that long ago, huh?
Yeah,
That long ago.
Long time.
Well, yeah.
And then 2001 is when you came out with Dedicated. So this
I'm
song,
looking at the band.
Maddie wasn't in the band at that time.
Maddie wasn't?
Just so you know, those aren't my drums. Okay.
so Maddie's in The New, not Dedicated. Okay. Okay. Maddie was in The New, but not Dedicated.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's the album I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When the new one comes out, I'm gonna be in that one too.
I apologize about my.
Okay.
New member.
A new member.
Yeah.
He's
Oh
he's
yeah,
bringing-
there's a new member there. What's his name?
Yayo.
Yeah. Okay, I got his phone.
Yeah, I said
Yeah. He's bringing a different energy to us, a different vibe, a different element, and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I thought there was an extra person there, but I wasn't sure, so I just kind of kept going with it.
So he is
Oh,
the
yeah. Oh, sorry.
second guitar player, right?
Yeah.
Dude, awesome. I'm so excited to hear the new album. I had a question. Would you say that with the new album, are you guys kind of staying consistent with the Malcontent sound that we've always known, or is the Malcontent sound kind of evolving into something new?
It's kind of both.
It's kind of
Both. I mean, we're evolving out. It's been how many years since we last wrote something together? So we've all grown.
Right?
Like we're bringing, what we've all learned from that time, but we still got that old feel too at the same time.
I love it.
This as well, Gail being in the band, it adds so much more.
That's
The
awesome.
What we can do,
The wall of sound is
the wall of sound is huge. But whatever. It adds so much more though. It's so good, I can't wait. We can't wait for people to hear it,
We've actually been taking this quarantine time.
Yeah.
We can't do nothing else. Like, let's just
Play some music.
let's just write songs.
Write music, we can't play
We
shows.
can't play shows.
Might as well write some songs.
Right. Just
Yeah.
I have a feeling this podcast is going to last for 2 podcasts. And I think we're going to do a lot of talking, and I want to play a lot of your music. But that's fine because once this podcast ends, I'll just start another one, and I'll just release it tomorrow as a part 2.
You got
And you know what I was thinking is, because me and Sebastian talked about it quite possibly going into a 2-part podcast.
Yeah.
It's actually going to end up being a 3-part podcast because I'd love to get you guys back when the new album drops.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll do it.
Yes.
We'll play it for you guys first.
That'd be
I'm
awesome.
looking forward to it.
That'd be
Loud
awesome.
spot exclusive.
Hell yeah. Dude, you know what?
It-
You know what's cool is this is probably the most fun thing I've ever done because I'm a drummer, but I'm not like a good drummer like Maddie is, But I get to talk to musicians from all around the world sending me their stuff, and like every day I look to see my subscribers, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. So, I mean, the fact that you guys are here, I think is going to bring in a lot of audience because I think a lot of people like you guys, and I've wondered what the hell happened to Malcontent all these years. Well, guess what? They're back, and on that note, I'm going to play a song right now called "Coming Back."
Oh yeah, perfect.
By Malcontent.
Grab a drink.
Let's go.
Sebastian.
Let's go.
Yeah, I need to read things.
I am real, thought I'd feel drawn away, trying to stay, take my breath, give my chest, see my sight, cross the line, it's going back, around again, it's going back, it's coming back, coming around again, it's going back, around again, it's going back, it's coming back, I'm coming around again, so afraid to see my way, tired at night, take my shots, sing my words, please be heard, turn your head, it's the end, it's going back, around again, it's going back, it's coming back, coming around again, it's going back, around again, it's going back, it's coming back, coming around again, round again, round again, round again. Deep inside to see my face, the soul inside is not a fake. Deep inside you know I'm right, make us happen to the light. I'll write my life's goodbye, not give my life to stay. Deep inside to see my face, soul inside is not a fake. Deep inside you know I'm right, make us happen to the light. It's going back, around again. It's going back, it's coming back, it's coming around again. It's going back, around again. It's going back, it's coming back, I'm coming around again. Round again, round again, round again. Going back, I'm coming back. It's going back, I'm coming back. It's going back, I'm coming back. It's going back, I'm coming back.
All right.
We're back.
That song is, all your songs are dope, dude. It's like every single song is tight. Because you know what it does? Candy, you can explain this the best. We talked about this earlier. It brings you back, right? Like it brings you back.
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to both of the albums all day today, just, kind of just getting myself fresh for the podcast. But what I love is not only these are my boys right here, but like just that Malco sound just brings me back to a place like of just reminiscent of times back in the day, man, just hooking up, partying, hanging out at the shows.
Everyone has what's cool about it is the music scene was so tight knit back then that it ranged from like young teenagers to like people in their 20s and possibly even early 30s that's gonna have memories of this, and that's why I think your band is such a staple because you guys played so many concerts at Three Oaks that there has to be like you guys have to have a huge following of even if people like a buddy of mine, Daniel. I did a podcast with him, and I told him that Malcontent was going to be on. He was like, "Holy shit, really, Malcontent?" Because even for him, it's like a huge thing because he has his own memories. So I think everyone has like their own memories of why you guys are such a staple in the Vacaville community, which is awesome. So that's fantastic.
But we loved it. Like we always loved playing there. That was we kind of just adopted Vacaville because that was the first town that really like adopted us. You know, like first time we ever played out there, they just kind of took us in. You know, it was kind of like so we're from here now. You know, like this is our town now. You know, like so.
Wait. Think about that whole back then 3 Oaks scene and all that, whatever. It didn't matter what kind of style of music you were.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Kids just dug you, man. You played music, man, and kids dug you.
You were a fucking living legend one night.
Right.
Every band will tell you that they stocked up on their merchandise before they played it.
Oh, no, yeah,
because you knew
you
you would sell out of
You would
everything.
sell everything there, dude. Signing autographs and stuff, like, you know, like you're just some stupid band.
You're so stupid.
You're sitting there signing autographs. Oh, I love that.
I remember signing somebody's Converse, somebody's Chuck Taylor, and I'm like, dude, these are your shoes, man. They're signing. I'm like,
all right, dude. That's so funny.
That's
Great.
That's because I think every band, like everybody, there were so many like young kids that attended that, they thought every band was going to be like super big and famous. You know?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Well, a lot of them were. Well, a lot of bands that played there were.
That's right. You gotta see.
Big, huge bands that
Yeah.
Look at who Incubus came through.
That's where Incubus did come through.
NPE.
Alien Ant Farm, they had their album.
Yes.
Guy Trying had an album.
Out there.
Yeah.
720.
Green Day.
720 records.
Green Day?
Yeah, 720 record bands like
Lux. No, Lux wasn't 720.
No, you had
Yeah, let's hey,
Shorty, Head PE.
hold on. Lux,
They did.
hey, isn't Lux the one that had that chick singer?
Yeah.
Okay, so check out, they did play in Vacaville, and I'll tell you what happened. I went to a concert that Lux played, right? And I was by myself, and I was bored, so I shit you not. I went from there, I went to Sacramento to a strip club that was 18 and over, because I was 18, right? And they played a Lux song, and they said, if you guess this song right, you get a lap dance. They played Lux. I went to the DJ, I was like, that's Lux. He's like, his jaw dropped to the floor. Like, how do you know who this band is? So he probably told the dancer, and that is a true story, I'm not lying. That is, I swear to God, that really happened. And I think that I mean, having to pay a stripper for me to get a lap dance because he was like, no way anyone's going to know this song. Like, there's no way. So I don't know if they're from Sacramento, how they know that DJ or how the whole dynamic was. But it was interesting anyways.
Hey, we've had strippers dance.
We've had strippers dance to our music at a strip club in Reno.
Yeah.
Were you there?
Every time we walked through the door, even years later, the album would pop on, and they start dancing to it.
That is awesome. I gotta try to move this screen.
It
You want to tell us about
It was the new.
It was the new. They danced like every other song that they danced to was our song, and it was like, you know, when you're in your mid-20s, it was like the most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
Are you guys having?
And you're like,
And they were like, this is you guys?
this is you. Fight in your ear.
Yeah, they give us extra love, dude. Ooh, an extra love.
Are you guys having like just a blast, just being back together? Like you got, and there's no shows lined up. I'm sure not yet, just because of COVID. And aren't like the bars closed? Like, isn't Cheers closed right now?
No.
They're open.
What's open?
Cheers isn't open.
No.
Nothing's open.
No.
So right now we're having I can speak for myself.
Dude,
I'm
hey.
having the most fun I've ever had with these guys.
That's awesome. You guys come to Oklahoma because everything in Oklahoma is open. Everything's open. The nightclubs are open. Everything's open. Like, I'm not lying. Like I went downtown, took my wife, or my wife took me out for my birthday, and we went to a restaurant that we really like, and we walked, and it was like kind of early. We walked outside after eating dinner, and there was like probably 300 people down there in downtown, Oklahoma City, and there was like a guy playing the bongos. It was just like there was no such thing as COVID. And I looked at my wife. I said, "See all these idiots? That's why COVID. That's why it was COVID. That's why." But if you're the band playing, you just get up on stage, play your song, and get out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying? So you guys let everyone in the audience deal with that. I mean, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. So I do want to play Simplistic because I on the album The New, which is now going to be the old because you have the new one coming out, right? is my favorite song on that, and I don't know if it's my favorite song because I heard it more because I did that little shitty little thing for you guys last night. That was like I put on YouTube that I deleted like 3 times. I kept on tagging you guys. And I was like, shit, but it was late, dude. In Oklahoma City, it was like midnight, and I was like, and then Heath pointed out that he's like, well, that I forgot what it was I did. Oh, it made it look like the new album was called Dedicated. I think and I was like,
actually, Sebastian, before
Hey, Sebastian, you gotta do me one favor though tonight.
Yeah.
Just play my history too.
Absolutely, bro.
That's what Kenny said.
Yeah, that's KP right there.
That's KP.
Let's
Read along with that many
okay.
Many times.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that one right now. Actually, then let's do that one first.
Okay, play that one. Play that one for KP.
Okay. All right.
I actually have another one on there that I'm looking forward to playing.
My history. All right.
Bleed through me.
Alright.
Baby's mama.
Alright. This is
I always used to greet Heath with his lyrics. Like it was like, "What's up, bro?" or "What's up, Heath?" I'd sing his lyric to him, and old school memories.
Yes, he did. I beat your baby's mama.
Okay, this is. Alright, hey! We're gonna play a goddamn song. Alright. Got your attention. I got your attention. Alright, this is my history. It's your song. My history of Malcontent. Let's go.
I blur myself for my tortured existence. I blur myself for my tortured existence. Come on! I see my life in the limelight of the past. I need it, I want it. I know I can't erase the dimension. I need it, I want it. It's on my history. 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 It's on my history.
You know what? That song is so cool because I forgot I used to have this album that had this song on it. Like I had,
You know,
and
like listening to that version, you gotta hear it with the second guitar in now. It's so much better.
really,
Really good.
Oh,
I can't
Wait a
wait
minute.
for that. I can't wait
I
for
mean,
that.
are you guys revisiting any of your old songs now with the next guitar player?
So all we've been doing is like those two albums when we were playing. All we were doing was those two albums and added in second guitar.
Dude, I'm excited, man.
I know.
Wait,
Are you guys able to reveal the name of the album yet, or no?
They don't know it. I don't think.
we don't really have one. But we're not even sure if we're doing an album or we're gonna drop a ton of singles.
We're just gonna drop some singles.
I actually think that dropping singles is a good idea.
I do too.
Until you get the majority of them out and then release the album.
Yeah, we could always do that, like singles and do something like, you know, the COVID fucking song. We'll call it the glory.
Yeah. You know what it'll do is it'll keep people excited for the next track, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. It's different. I
Dude.
think it's good.
I think it's really good. I think if you guys do that, because you do have such a big following, I mean, doing something like that's going to keep people interested, and it's going to draw a lot of people that forgot about or like had been in your shows back in 2001, 2002, 2003. And if you do it slowly, they'll start catching wind. You know what I'm saying? And then they're going to be excited about the next new single.
Well, here's the thing. I think too, because I think because music venues are shut down and you guys can't do live shows right now. If you guys were doing live shows, by all means, I would say drop the album so that people can like hear the stuff. But because they can't, drop it in singles one at a time. I think I think that's a good idea. I think it's great.
That's why we want to do it, you know, like, why wait and try to drop everything all at once when you can just, like, here's something new. Oh, you know, people are still stuck in their house.
You know what?
Hey.
If you guys do that where you're dropping singles one at a time, let me know and send them to me, because I could even do a little series called the Malcontent series. And I'll do like a little 10-minute podcast of just one song.
Yes.
And Katie P will be on it with me.
Yeah, dude.
Wouldn't that be cool? A little mini series.
Video show. This guy, man.
Hey, you know.
He's super talkative. That's our boy Yale, the guy fucking rocks, dude. That's our
You know what? You know what I'm gonna play? I really want to play Simplistic. Honestly, we only like 10 minutes left on this podcast. That's why we're gonna keep it going. So, but I want to play Bleed. I want to play Bleed Through Me. That's what I want to play.
Okay. Hey, it's your show now. Whatever you want to do.
It's my show, damn it! I play what I want to play. Oh, okay, but Maddie wasn't in the band then, so maybe I should play Simplistic. Let me do a coin toss. I don't have a coin. Kenny, you got a coin?
No, just play it.
Just
Just play it.
play which one?
We don't need a colon.
All right.
Wonder Part 2.
I'll play simplistic.
Tails never fails.
Tails never fails.
Tails, so play it.
I'm playing simplistic since Maddie was in it. All right, here we go. Simplistic Malcontent, one of my favorite songs on their album, The New. Check it out right now. On the Loud Spot.
Illusions clouding up my mind, feel wasting all of my time. Screams to a deafened ear, I'm passing by another year. Somehow I've got to save some face. I've got to get out of this place. Won't shed another tear. I'm staring straight into a mirror. Simplistic, realistic. I've lived here far too long. Survival, revival. This is why I sing this song. No chance for me to get to heal this hell I'm in is so unreal. Nothing more that I can say. Laughing through another day. It's so hard to see another time when I was so sure I was fine. Tested by another dream. I can't believe how real it seems. Simplistic, realistic. I've lived here far too long. Survival, revival. This is why I sing this song. Simplistic, realistic. I've lived here far too long. Survival, revival. This is why I sing this song. I live my life inside my head. Everything makes sense. Forgetting when and where I've gone. Insisting nothing all alone. Forgetting when and where I've gone. Insisting nothing all alone. Simplistic, realistic. I've lived here far too long. Survival, revival. This is why I sing this song. Simplistic, realistic. I've lived here far too long. Survival, revival. This is why I sing this song. I live my life inside my head, ignoring everything they said.
You know what? I should just be in your band. Like, I could play the I could play the triangles.
Yeah, he's gonna play the what do you want to call it? The bagpipes.
True story, Paul from EMD produced that song.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Paul from EMD produced that song. He produced it.
Help produce it.
Who? So, like, what are your musical influences? Like, when you guys first started, I'm sure it's changed now. Like, when you guys first started playing, who were you influenced by for, like, your sound? Or was it just, like, the Vacaville scene in general? It just had, like, its own unique, special sound?
Sepultura.
When we started playing together, we were a death metal band.
Really?
Death metal, punk rock.
Well, they were a death metal band that sounded like a punk rock band.
So, like a thrasher band, kind of.
We had a little bit of hip hop influence in there, a little bit.
Right.
It's kind of like Malconfused.
It was actually a little bit more like System of a Down before System of a Down was.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I can dig that. So who started the band? Like, who originally started the band?
just didn't sound good. But it was kind of just all over the place, and that was when we originally had 2 guitar players. We lost one. I pussified the band. I took over the writing, and I changed our sound.
Yeah.
And that's what hanging out in Baggville more and kind of just hanging out in that scene and hearing the sound, and it had this cool bob your head to it, but it was still aggressive.
Vacaville scene was the cool. The Vacaville scene was the coolest scene, hands down, anywhere in the world. I think back in like 2000, 2001. Like,
What's up, Vacaville?
Vacaville. I'm from Vacaville.
Hey, we're not gonna say airfield because I promised Sebastian I wouldn't say the F word, so we'll just stick with that.
Fairfield. 707. Man. So okay.
But I mean, going back to the original question of it, yeah, we're definitely influenced by that Vacaville sound. But we all kind of came from a little bit of a different background. You know, some of us a little more death metal, some of us old rock stuff, and like even with this lineup we have right now, like we all have common ground. We all come from like different backgrounds. We all kind of bring all that together.
I love asking a band who their influences are, because every band member always says something different. Like, some people in the band don't even like that style of music that they're playing, but they like their band. You know, like I was in a hard rock group, kind of like this is a hard rock group. We weren't metal, just hard rock. But my favorite style of music was like punk rock. You know, so I tried to bring a little bit of punk influence, but still the band. But I liked our songs. I thought we were awesome. I thought our band was great. Like, I would have bought my shit. You know what I'm saying?
But I'll buy my own album. I don't know about you, but I'll buy it.
I'll buy my own stuff if I want to.
I think the cool part about our sound is that we just never tried. Like, we were never trying to sound like anybody else. Like, even though we had the influences, even though like we were each individually influenced by somebody else. Like, I don't know that people used to ask us, well, what's your sound? And we're like, I don't know. And like they would try to pigeonhole us, but they never could. They can, like, I mean, to this day, I don't know that anybody's ever been able to say, oh, Malcontent sounds like.
Malcontent sounds like, you know, Malcontent sounds like Malcontent. I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, we played with death metal bands and
Death metal bands, black metal bands.
and we always come
Rock
to
bands. We did tours with hip hop guys.
Into
deep, yeah.
That's so you guys just kind of play with everyone, and that, you know, I get a lot of like black metal and death metal music artists that send me this, which I love because they're like huge fans of what we're doing over here. So I appreciate it. I love all the music. We're actually going to get some on the show later this month or next month. But yeah, you guys definitely aren't black. I wouldn't even classify you guys as metal. I would just say you guys just have like a really heavy rock sound. You know, because Heath does a lot of singing. Like, he's not just growling and screaming. Like, in fact, you rarely scream. Like, I think you only do it, you need to emphasize something, but it's always like at the perfect time to do it. You just sing. What? Did I just hit on something that you guys talk about or something? Because they were just laughing over there about that.
No, because you said he rarely screams and
he screams at you guys all. He screams at you guys all the time. Man, I just, hey, get your head out of your asses! Like, I had to scream at you guys earlier. We're doing a podcast.
Got angry.
Yeah, I talked to Keith a couple times. I talked to him last night. I apologize for the first video, and then the second one wasn't any better. I was like, damn it, because I actually messed up again. I actually put my logo that I don't even use in the middle of it when it was just supposed to be like new album coming soon. But I wasn't gonna, dude. I already tagged you guys on like 3 or 4 different posts. I wasn't fixing to redo it. It was midnight in Oklahoma, and I had to go to work today. So I was like, so I woke up this morning, like, I showed my wife. I was like, look what I did. She goes, it looks great. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It looks like shit. Like, I totally screwed this up. I said, but I'm not gonna change it. I'm not gonna delete it. I'll just keep it. Hey, but you know, that was my very first. That's the first time I ever used Adobe Premiere. I never used it before. It took me like 5 hours to just do that little clip. So you guys better like it. Appreciate it.
Ain't no bad idea the fucking midnight on a Tuesday.
we're gonna shut this podcast down, but you guys don't go anywhere, okay? We're gonna start another podcast. So hold on a second.
Right.
I knew this was gonna happen. I told you.
Part two.
I like last
This concludes episode 1 with Malcontent, and episode 2 will be available tomorrow. Not 'cause this is gonna be available tonight. So hold on a second. I'm gonna play this outro song real quick. All right, everybody. This is tonight's episode. Stay tuned for part 2 tomorrow. You guys don't hang up. You guys stay on the Zoom call, all right?
I saw myself getting sprung on my ass again. Here I go, getting closer, remember when there was a closing and I'm feeling and I'm missing out.